Just wanted to talk, that's all.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, we just got some news a few minutes ago that Jazz Chisholm is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, which is a pretty long time. Those oblique strains can take a long time to heal up. We just hope that he gets better. And Yorbit Vivas has been called up. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but Boone seems to think that he's going to get the bulk of the playing time while Jazz Chisholm is out. But Yankees kick off a series tonight against the Tampa Bay Rays, and hopefully it goes better than that series against the Orioles. That one has been sticking with me for a couple of days because I felt like we should have won that series. I felt like we could have won all 3 games. Just like how we won 3 out of 4 against Tampa last time, and I felt like we should have swept. But every day in baseball is a chance to turn it all around. Yankees still in first place for the moment, and they have their new ace on the mound tonight, Max Fried, 5-0 with a 1.19 ERA on the season. That's about the best start to a Yankees career that I've seen for a pitcher since I've been watching. I mean, Masahiro Tanaka went 6-0, and he had an 11-2 record with a 1.99 ERA when he injured his elbow that first year. But usually pitchers, especially high-priced, high-dollar pitchers, struggle when they first get to the Yankees. Happened to Roger Clemens. It happened to Carlos Rodon. Mike Mussina, the exception. He had one of his best years, his first year with the Yankees. Randy Johnson, it might have been because of age. Javier Vasquez, he just couldn't handle New York. But, Max Fried is just built different. The dude is amazing. And I feel really good every time he's on the mound right now. Interesting lineup again tonight. I'll talk about that at the end of the show. We'll go over the lineup. But Jason Dominguez out of the lineup again. Trent Grisham has been playing well, and that has kind of thrown a kink into the piping of the Yankees lineup because you got to get him playing time while he's scorching hot. We don't know if he's going to be able to maintain this. I mean, he's never had this kind of offensive production in his life. But he's playing great. And ultimately, we want the Yankees to win, but it's also important for our young guys to develop. You can't get Jason at bats at the DH spot because you got Ben Rice absolutely killing the ball. It's a good problem to have. And I do think that we're going to see Dominguez pinch hit for Vivas probably later in the game, especially if it's a right-handed pitcher on the mound. But he has become kind of the odd man out. And speaking of men that are out, let's talk about Jazz Chisholm. He has been placed on the injured list, strained oblique. Aaron Boone said 4 to 6 weeks. And Yorbit Vivas has been called up. Now, I don't know if you can have 2 different types of players than Jazz Chisholm and Yorbit Vivas. Jazz Chisholm is a free swinger. He's got a big uppercut. Doesn't mind striking out. Been striking out an absolute ton this year. Also hits for some power. I think he's sacrificed a little bit of the contact tool to hit for more power since coming to the Yankees. He's got 7 home runs, got 17 ribbies, he's got 6 stolen bases, and he's got a 1.2 WAR. All solid except for the batting average. Yorbit Vivas, on the other hand, has almost twice as many walks as strikeouts in AAA. 15 walks, 8 strikeouts. He's hit .319. Now, I know the pitching isn't as good, but that's indicative of a guy who has kind of a contact approach and who sees good pitches to hit. Now, he was a guy that was a good prospect and a contact-hitting prospect with the Dodgers before he got traded to the Yankees. Last year, he had some injury trouble, and it kind of threw off his season. But he's got an on-base percentage of .426 in AAA. And I think he's going to be a good asset for this team. They've called him up a few times before, but he has never played, so tonight will be his Major League debut, so congrats. He is hitting 9th and playing second base and wearing number 90, the old Estevan Florial special. But I'm going to have Terrence Kemp on the show tonight, and we're going to talk about the subject. But let me know in the comments, whether or not you would rather see Vivas get the at-bats or Oswald Peraza get the at-bats. I think it's interesting that, they said Vivas is going to get most of the duty. Makes you wonder if they're just going to run a straight platoon out there because most of the time you're going to face right-handed pitchers. And Vivas is a left-handed hitter, while Peraza is a right-handed hitter. So, they might want to just kind of keep the same mix of hitters in the lineup. And to be fair, I just don't think that they like Peraza all that much as a player. They've screwed with his development a lot. They've sat him a lot. But, Vivas also hasn't gotten a ton of playing time during his few cups of coffee. Actually, he's got 0 playing time. So I don't think they feel that great about him either. So it'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out over the next few weeks. But, Vivas has a very flat swing. It's a contact-oriented swing. The bat stays in the bat path in the swing path stays through the strike zone. I jumbled that all up. Swing path stays through the strike zone for what seems like a long time. And again, he's not a guy who's looking to elevate. If he hits home runs, it's usually going to be because he hits backspin, not because he's trying to launch. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm anxious to see what the kid's got. Let's talk about the pitching matchups. I think that the Yankees have the advantage in at least the first 2 games. In Game 1, it's Ryan Pepio, who is 2-3 with a 4.24 ERA against Max Fried, who is 5-0, 1.19. Zach Little is in Game 2. He's 1-5 with a 5.03 ERA for the Rays. Clark Schmidt looking for his first dub of the year. And he is 0-1 with a 5.52 ERA. And then in Game 3, the Yankees are at a disadvantage, I think. Taj Bradley, 2-2, 4.58, and then Will Warren, 1-1, 5.63. Now, Will Warren got roughed up the last time that he faced the Rays, but, maybe he uses that as motivation. Max Fried trying to go to 6-0 tonight. Once a guy starts 6-0, 7-0, I start to think about the potential of them starting the All-Star game, right? And then if they get past the All-Star game, they're still cruising, you start thinking Cy Young. But, it doesn't always line up for the pitcher who's having the best year to start the All-Star game or even pitch on that day. But how cool would that be? You lose Garrett Cole, you get a new ace stepping in. Clark Schmidt pitches in Game 2. I thought he would be pitching better than he has been. He was much better last time out. The control was better. He only gave up 1 hit. It looks like he's starting to round into form, so I look forward to seeing what he's going to do tomorrow. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to pitch great. A lot of guys who miss spring training struggle when they come back. We've talked about Carlos Rodon, that happened too. But Schmidt needs to pitch well in Game 2 because I don't have a lot of faith for Warren in Game 3. The Rays got to him last time. But one benefit of the way it's set up is that Warren isn't pitching till Game 3. You're getting your best starter in Game 1, so that should be able to preserve your bullpen a little bit. Schmidt is not a guy who typically goes deep in the game either. Maybe 5 innings if you're lucky, 5 2/3 or 6. But there's a probability that Warren will not get out of the 5th inning, if not 3 innings, right, in Game 3. So you're going to want to preserve the bullpen as much as possible. Everything comes back to starting pitching, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. So we've got our look at the lineup. We'll talk through it real quick. So we've got Trent Grisham in the leadoff spot, Aaron Judge in right field, Ben Rice at DH, Paul Goldschmidt in the cleanup spot at first base. You got Cody Bellinger in left field. He's a guy that I feel like needs to get going to justify what they're doing to Jason Dominguez. I know they're waiting for him to get going. I know they like his defense, but he's only hitting about 200. And you got a kid that needs to play, potential core player for your organization. Sitting on the bench is not a good idea. Anthony Volpe at shortstop tonight. I love the way he's been swinging the bat. We'll talk more about him when I get to the players to watch section in just a minute. Austin Wells, again, been unlucky. His numbers aren't amazing, but the power has been there this year. It looks like he's on pace for about a 20-plus home run season. Oswaldo Cabrera back in there at third base, and Yorbit Vivas making his major league debut at second base. So that's where we're at right now. And again, Max Fried looking to give the Yankees a victory in Game 1. Quick word from our sponsor, Nutrafol, and then I'll be back. We got players to watch. We got your predictions and mine. Get your predictions in the chat, and then we'll come back with voicemails and so forth as we kick off this big series.
Hair thinning is very common, very frustrating problem that many men deal with. From stress and nutrition to hormones to lifestyle, so many internal factors affect what you see on the outside. Luckily, Nutrafol is here to help.
Thinning hair is different for men and women, so a one-size-fits-all approach to their hair growth doesn't cut it. Nutrafol has multiple formulas for men and women that are tailored to different life stages and lifestyle factors.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol.
Start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code FOUL. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code FOUL.
All right, so let's talk about who's on my players to watch. And let me know in the chat who you are looking out for this series. So Aaron Judge has been just tearing the cover off the ball, homers in 3 out of the last 4 games. He has risen his average to 427. Anthony Volpe, in his last 6 games, 391. He's got 5 doubles in the last 6 games. So he has turned it around, and let's hope that he maintains this approach. Only 1 home run in that span, hitting a lot more doubles, a lot more line drives. That's the player we want to see. Absolutely the player that we want to see. And Paul Goldschmidt, he homered for the first time in a month on Wednesday. A lot of times a veteran player, when they break a streak like that, it's like something locks in and they get to work. So Paul Goldschmidt could be in for a power surge here. As you know, we know he has a track record of having pretty good power. He is 37, but we can see the exit velocity is still there, so it's just a matter of locking in that launch angle. And the other night, that home run he hit in Baltimore was impressive. Jason Dominguez, I know he's not in the lineup tonight, but the Yankees will face a lot of righties in this series. And at Yankee Stadium, they're going to want to get him at bats against those guys. 316 average, 872 OPS versus right-handed pitchers in 2025. So off to a very good start. All right, Nostra Derek time, and let you get your predictions in the chat.
This was built by a wizard.
All right, so Bobby says Vivas gets his first hit tonight. We'll take that, 100%. Dante Lozada says, my prediction is Grisham, Belly, and Volpe will have extra base hits. Nostra Dante. Lori C says, Max Fried, 7 innings, 6 hits, 9 strikeouts in a Yankees win. And Jack Amir is thinking sweep. I'll take that. I'll sign up for that right now. Derek Q wants Augustine Ramirez back. He's tearing the cover off the ball. That was an interesting trade. And we got Jazz Chisholm as part of that package back. So, my pick tonight, Nostra Derek pick, is Paul Goldschmidt. I think Goldie's going to go deep. I think he locked in that launch angle. And I think he's gonna take one out of the ballpark. I'm thinking a pull shot, like, down the line, maybe hook one inside the left field foul pole, Maybe he catches a hanging slider. Paul Goldschmidt, my Nostra Derek prediction for tonight. A few more. Derek Q says, Volpe, 2 hits and a steal. I'll go with that. CTC Cards is jumping on the hype train. CT Stradamus taking the Goldie home run. And we're hoping for 6 innings plus from Max Fried. I'm going to pull up Max Fried's numbers because they're absolutely insane. I honestly can't remember a Yankees free agent, especially a free agent pitcher, that has gotten off to this kind of start with the team. Now, they've had some guys that they went out and got Aaron Small and, Sean Chacon and things like, guys who pitched well when they first got here via trade or came out of nowhere. But you're talking about a high-priced free agent who came in with a ton of pressure. And so far, he's done nothing but dominate. The fastball run value is in the 98th percentile. The pitching run value is in the 75th percentile. He keeps the exit velocity down. Hitters are averaging 87.8 miles an hour on the exit velocity. The whiff percentage is a little bit low, but the strikeout percentage a little bit below league average, right about league average. Walk percentage is up. Hard hit percentage is great. Ground ball percentage is fantastic. One of those reasons why it's important when he's on the mound to have your best defense in there. So let's take a look at what we're missing with Jazz Chisholm out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. You'd imagine that obliques, they're gonna be careful because those can linger. But his base running value and his fielding run value have been both well above average. The batting run value is mostly, above average because of the power, because of the home runs and the stolen bases. But just in terms of average and sheer hits, he's 19 for 105, which is not good. I mean, he's in 181. So I saw some people say, well, I don't mind that Jazz is hurt. He stunk anyway. I think that's a bad way to fan. I'm not here to tell you how to fan. I never want anyone on my team to be hurt. If somebody loses their job due to performance, like, not playing well, you can live with that. But, you don't want guys to get hurt. But this is a chance for a young guy to get some playing time, a guy that we've been looking forward to seeing. I like contact hitters. I like guys that draw walks who have exceptional plate vision. Maybe he's one of these guys. And I can get on board with him getting his first hit tonight. Let's get it. Let's go get it. Mary Beth says, Judge continuing his home run tear. Takeo Spike says Pepio allowed 8 home runs so far, too. Yeah, he's serving up the meatballs. The miseducation of Jay Mercado says double and a home run for Volpe. Slotomania says Judge 2 for 4 with a solo shot. And CTC Card says Max has been one of the best pickups in a long time for sure. I agree 100%. Hey guys, check out the store. We got a bunch of new stuff. NYYdesigns.shop. We got hoodies, hats, all sorts of stuff, coasters, mugs. I really like the mugs. Also, this weekend, I'm going to film a video. I'm going to open up a bunch of cards. I thought maybe we could open up one pack right now, just as kind of a preview. But I'm going to make, it's not going to be live because I'm going to do it in kind of like an artistic way. But I thought maybe we could, have some fun, open up a pack of cards. I think it's, they've got Aaron Judge on the cover, so, can't go wrong with that, right? These are 2025 Topps. So we're gonna rock this right now. I haven't opened up cards in a couple of years, I'm not gonna lie, but it was an impulse buy. Sorry for all the sounds here, if you're listening on the podcast. So we're gonna open this up. Yeah, sorry, causing noise here. And I'm gonna attempt to do desk cam. Let's see how this works out, and we're gonna try this. Okay, so it's kind of choppy. It's not working great. But okay, so the first card here is, I can't even read upside down. Adeo Amador from the Colorado Rockies. You know what? This cam isn't working. So I mean, it works, but it's kind of cheesy. So we're gonna go back to the normal setup. So we got Rockies player who I've never heard of, Brian Rocchio of the Cleveland Guardians, Brian De La Cruz of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Rocking that. I think the Pirates have the coolest uniforms, the black and white and yellow. Tyler Locklear, Seattle Mariners. We got to have a Yankee in here somewhere. Seth Lugo. I'll never forget that game he pitched against the Yankees last year. He dominated. Lars Nootbaar, a guy the Yankees have been wanting for a long time, that the Cardinals don't appear intent on trading. He's a fan favorite there. Shea Whitcomb of the Astros. We got to have a Yankee in here. Come on. We got an Oriole, Eloy Jimenez. Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr., we got a superstar at least. Alec Burleson of the Cardinals. We got multiple Cardinals. Oh, here we go. We got a call to the hall. Mickey Mantle. I can't think of a better insert than that right now. Call to the hall, Mickey Mantle card. I don't know if these are worth anything. They're Topps. I know Topps is kind of like an average brand or whatever, so I just kind of wanted to have some fun with it. We got looks like a special card here of Shohei Ohtani. This is let's see here. I don't know. It's just different. Stars of MLB card. I don't think it's like super important, but it's got a nice little sheen on it. We got a American League leaders card of Skubal, Barrios, and Lugo in wins. which would be better if I pointed it at the camera. And then the final card is Jorge Soler of the Braves. So we did get one Yankee. We got the Mickey Mantle, and this will go up on the shelf. So I'm gonna do a video this weekend where I just open up these cards and just have some fun with it. But anyways, we will see you guys after the game tonight. Terrence Cam joining. Remember to follow on all your favorite podcast platforms. Check out the store. We've been putting in a ton of work on it. Got a ton of cool designs for you. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you after the game. Hey, while I've got you here, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Pinstripe Territory is the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We are home to the #1 most watched MLB postgame show on YouTube since 2021. We're here after every Yankees game and for reactions to all the best news and rumors during the offseason. Be a part of the show by calling into the voicemail 718-899-1068. Try to keep it clean for me. And if you ever miss us on YouTube, be sure and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars. It'll help other people find the show. Thanks for watching. See ya.